Well, hello everybody. Oh, geez. I've got to skip an ad. I have no idea why it tells me I have an ad. Okay. I don't know who's here yet. It says one waiting. Huh. I got 2 thumbs up though. Okay. Where is everybody? Oh, we got 3 people here now, so let's see who's here. I'm watching the chat. Say hi. Well, let me start this off with the stuff that the people who are watching the replay can hear. Okay. This is a live tutorial on how to do one of these landscapes. These landscapes are based on, believe it or not, what an acrylic artist does. Well, hello, Kim. How are you? Anyway, I put a list of the colors down below. I usually only use really 2 paint brushes. One's a little bigger than the other one. Hello, Sally. And I am going to be using, to do the leaves on the trees, I do use Q-tips. I have some 91% alcohol in 2 different cups here. One for cleaning, one for getting some clean stuff. Well, hello, Anne. That is so good, Kim. I'm glad that you're doing good. I hope that everybody is staying safe in this and everything else. Anyway, we're going to do a grass and sky with a tree and the leaves. Now, you do need the green and the blue, of course, okay? And, oh, and I forgot to put this down below. Let me see where it went. Okay, oh, there it is. I'm not good with a paintbrush painting little things, so I've got a little fine line Sharpie here to do the people. Although I obviously suck at shadows, so I'm going to have to fix that. Reason I had said Kirkland paper, the photo paper, the 4x6, is because I tape the edges. I don't know if you can tell that it's taped. And we use the back of it, by the way. Okay. I tape the edges. This is not Kirkland. I couldn't find my Kirkland, so I had to use some HP, which has got these little watermarks on it. But if you got watermarks on the back of your paper, don't worry about it. Your ink will cover it up. Okay. And this is the glossy side that you would normally print through your printer, but we're using the back of it. And I taped the border around the edges. It gives me a nice, clean little border. Oh, hello, Mark. Nice to see you here. I am trying out some alcohol inks today. Anyway, it gives you a nice, clean border and keeps, basically, if you burnish it down after you put it on the edges, it does give you a pretty clean border, okay? This one was done on Yupo paper, a bigger one, and if you've got bigger paper, that's fine. It doesn't take it much longer to do it on a bigger one. I still suck at my little people drawing, but I'm practicing, okay? What you're going to be learning from me today is doing the ground, the sky, and the trees. And, oh, well, good morning, Cynthia. Okay. That's fine. If you just got up, just follow along, and then you can come back later. And I'm going to show you how much or little ink I put on my brush and my Q-tips to do these designs. Okay. So, I don't know who's following along with me, but I'm going to get one of my pieces of 4x4 out. Oh, hello, Evelyn. You've been working with alcohol inks all week, huh? Eh, this one looks good, but the shadow underneath them sucks. I hate to say that. I hope that's not going to get me a YouTube complaint, but the shadow underneath the bench sucks. And then I try to do shadows on these guys too. This is supposed to be a couple. So, you know, I did the best I could. You know, practice makes perfect. I bought some of these little artist palettes at the probably Walmart. I don't remember. And I have some 91% alcohol in one of these little bottles. You don't need a lot of alcohol, okay? Now, first thing I got to do is I do need to add some blue right there. I basically do, thank you, Cynthia. I basically do a light color on the background, and then I go back and I put some darker around it to give it some high, you know, well, shadows, whatever you want to call it. Okay, now usually, oh, let me put some alcohol in here and some alcohol in here. This is my blue, which is Pool by Ranger, and this is my green, which is Botanical by Ranger. Okay, I'm going to get this wet and kind of wipe it off because it looks like it's got green still on it, okay? Not a big deal. Always want to have a lot of paper towels handy next to your stuff. Oh, thank you, Anne. Okay, so basically I'm going to do this. Now, you're going to end up picking up a lot with your brush, but that's okay because we're just wiping it on to make the sky. And basically, it's okay if you go over the edges because of the tape there. If you want your pretty edges. I like the pretty edges on the 4x6s. Okay, and then sometimes, oh, I don't have much alcohol in there. I'm just going to use that for my cleaning my brush. Okay, I thought this would be a nice relaxing way to spend our Saturday afternoon. And then don't forget, after I'm done, at 6:30, we got Saturday Shenanigans over at the Artist Haven thing. Okay, I cleaned off my brush, get a little bit of alcohol on it, and then you can start lifting up some of the stuff just to give it, you know, some depth, to make it look like clouds. Don't have to do a lot of it on a small one, thank God. We will come back. Well, I need that to be up. Oh, see? Alcohol ink is so forgiving. Well, hello, Tish. I was just talking about you. Were your ears burning? I was telling everybody that we need to go over to your channel later to watch your Saturday Shenanigans. We always have a fun time on Saturdays over at Tish's, let me tell you. Okay, now I'm going to do the green. Sometimes I'll touch my brush down just to get rid of some of the ink. Okay, now what I like to do is to go in with straight ink, which I got to put some more blue in my little palette. I'm looking at the lag. It's just now showing me painting the green. Ha! Okay, and this is where I take the smaller brush, which is this size right here. Let me clean it off. I don't know if it's got ink on it or not. Yep, it had some ink on it. Okay, I'm going to take just a tiny bit of the darker, touch it over to the side to make sure I don't have a lot. And I'm just going to do some darker streaks in here. It's almost looking a little green to me. I might have had some yellow on this brush. Let me get rid of the green off of this. Get some alcohol and pick up some more of this. Doesn't have to be perfect. I always try in my sky for 3 different shades. A dark shade, a light shade, and then the white. I am watching the chat to see if there's any questions. I am curious how many of you are actually following along with me. Does anybody have their supplies with them and they're painting with me? Now I'm just trying to give the horizon line a little bit darker of a shade over here, because it's supposed to be farther away. And a little bit down here doesn't hurt. Okay. Now this is a 4x6. Thank you very much, Tish. I didn't see you had it set up yet. Okay, let me put a little bit of alcohol. The brown that I'm using is the espresso. And I'm just putting, that was dried up in there. Oh, thank you, Tish. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, now you want to do this with as little ink on your brush as possible. Basically what I do is, and I was thinking of doing, trying to do a guy walking his dog. So, I want a tree that comes up and goes over a little bit. So, I got just a little bit of brown on here. And you basically want to start at the top. And sometimes you can go back in with a little bit more of the brown just to make it just a little bit darker. Okay. Now this same brush, because it's skinny, I use it sideways to do the little branches. I get just a little bit of brown on it. Touch it to make sure I don't have a lot of ink. I don't know if you can see that over there or not. Don't need many branches. Just trying to darken up the tree a little bit too. It looks a little light. And another thing you can do is when you're darkening it up, make it fan out a little bit down here to make it look like the roots. I'm glad to see you here, Mark. I know how late it is there, but thank you for showing up. Okay. I'm just going to do a couple of little tiny branches off of it, because now that came out way too dark. So I will darken up the rest of it. Because you're going to end up putting some leaves on the branches. Let me see if I can get this darkened up now. You never want a lot of ink or alcohol on your brush because you don't want it to spread out. Let me fill this in just a little bit. Okay, is anybody following? Oh, it's only 10:15 there. Okay. Hey, you've been up at 1:30 when I go live at 6:30 here. So thank you. Thank you for being here. Oh. Thank you very much, Cynthia. Okay. Now, I have a hair dryer that I put on low and I put on cool, and it's got even a cooler brush because you don't really want to blow it around or get it too hot. So what I do is I put it on low and I just go over it. I'm about 6 inches away from it just to make sure everything stays dry, or is dry, I should say. Sorry. See, this isn't going to be a long video today. Okay, now, let me get some orange. I don't know why I've been using orange and yellow for the leaves. I guess because it blends in with it looks good with the brown. Okay, I'm just putting a couple of drops of orange in here. And then I'm going to, this is the Ranger Sunset Orange. I got all the colors I'm using listed below, except I haven't been using the sepia because, or I guess that's how you pronounce it, S-E-P-I-A, but I haven't been using it, so I don't even have it in here. Okay, now I got some orange in there. Now, you want to put the ink on your Q-tip sparingly. Now, what I like to try to do is I like to try to do a little bit of yellow. Okay. You want to touch it off to the side. Now, when he does it with Q-tips, he does it with a bunch of them rubber band together, but you can't do that. And you just touch it around to make it look like leaves. Okay, and then I don't clean off the well, I don't throw away the Q-tip either. Sepia. Okay. Thank you, Evelyn. I never knew how to pronounce that. Okay, let me put just a little bit of alcohol in the orange. And knock the bottle over. I hate those little caps that come on the string. Okay. Touch it into the orange. Get some of it off. Oh, this might be the one I took it off. Took the fuzzy off. I was trying it with the without the fuzzy on it earlier. Doesn't work though. The leaves just have to be random. Another thing I do like to do, I've learned a lot of how to do this from watching Jay Lee do it in in acrylics, but sometimes I'll put a little bit of the leaf color down here to make it look like leaves that have fallen. Now, it's not easy with a light color like this in alcohol to put it over the brown, so I don't even worry about that. See, and I'm already out of orange. Because these little Q-tips soak it up. It goes all the way up. So let me add a little bit more orange. I'm not saying that this is the right way or the wrong way to do it. This is just the way I've been doing it. That's what I wanted to share with everybody today, was how I'm doing it. And I did learn a lot from watching Jay Lee. Okay, now, alcohol. When you're working with alcohol and alcohol inks, you want to have, I don't have a mask on because you wouldn't be able to hear me if I did, but you want to have a good ventilated area. If you think you might have problems with the smell of the alcohol, then wear a mask. By all means, safety first. But do wear gloves because you'll get it on your fingers and this stuff doesn't come off easy. I'm touching a couple of little ones. I've seen Jay Lee do it. Just make them look like they're falling. Okay. I'm looking at it before I add the little guy walking his dog. Let me clean this off. I did want a little bit of darker green. And then at this point, oh, hang on a second, sweating into under my glasses again. Isn't this fun? It's not fun getting old, let me tell you. Okay, let me clean off that. I do want to do a little bit of more brown in a couple of places on the tree. When you practice with it enough, you'll start learning how much ink to have on your brush, how much alcohol you need, you know. It's basically practice. Now, what I do before I draw the little drawing, which like I told you I use a marker, I do dry it. I use the cool setting because I don't want to warp the paper. And I'm holding on to two corners so it don't blow away on me. And if anybody has any questions, please, I've been reading the chat. Okay, off. Okay, now I am going to try a little figure right here. I don't know how it's going to look, but we will see. Okay. Okay, gotta do the little head. Kind of a neck. See, I would never be able to do this in a with a brush. And then I come out for the shoulders. Kind of go in for the waist. He's not going to look like a real person, but it's just supposed to be a silhouette anyway. Now I want to put one arm out here, and then I want to put another arm over here for the leash. Okay, now I'm going to do the legs. I really doubt I'm going to have a shadow for him. Kind of do his feet just a little bit. Now, let me see what I can do with a dog. Ah, Evelyn, I am so sorry, honey. I don't like how this is, you know, but what else can we, you know, there's nothing we can do. Okay, let me see about my little doggy. I'm going to try to do the body first so I know where the leash has got to go. Give him a little tail. Oh. Do his chest. To me, in my eyes, he looks more like a little bunny rabbit than anything. One of these days, I will get good enough with a paintbrush to do this, but until then, I can't. Okay, and I want to put two little legs right here. Okay, now I want to do a really, really, really thin leash down there. Okay, let me fill in his clothes just a little bit. Looks like he's got holes in his clothes. Okay, I do recommend when it comes to the figures, try. Oh, hi, Lisa. Try watching. Let me see. His neck looks a little funny. Try watching Jay Lee painting. I forgot to put the link down in the description. Oh, don't have the other foot. Need a foot right there. Okay, let me bring it up. I know in these times right now, alcohol is in short supply, but you're not using much alcohol with this. Okay. Okay, let me bring it up for a close-up. My doggy don't look like a doggy, excuse me, to me, but hey, you know, that's the best I could do. Now I'm looking at it to see if I should really touch up any of the edges, but no. So the last step you want to do is you want to peel the tape off. Now it's not easy getting the tape started. Come on, there we go. Come on. Once you get one little side started, the rest of it should peel off as one piece. There we go. I got it started. Now, come on. Let go. Let go. Okay, it's going to be a pita, so it's not letting go on the back. And I don't have a knife or anything. Oh. It looks like a Doberman? Okay. Definitely doesn't look like cricket, does it, Sally? I don't know what, you know, Sally, to tell you the truth, if we go into lockdown, what is she going to do with her dog? If we're locked into the building, how is she going to take that dog out? Okay, come on. Let go, let go, let go, let go. Almost. Oh. See, now I'm bending the paper. Shoot. And this is just cheap tape that I got at the dollar store. You could probably get the let me see if I can cut through part of this tape with the knife. There we go. There we go. Okay, now it breaks. Of course. Yeah. I don't think she's got money for puppy pads. She's always digging cigarette butts out of the ashtray. I know, I shouldn't be talking about her like that, but she's gross. I'm sorry. We got a gross person in my building. Okay, I'm not going to make you watch me do the rest of it. If you get some alcohol that went under the tape, it is very, very easy. Well, Elisa, we're in a HUD-run building. That's why. That's the problem we have. Anyway, so I hope that I explained my process that I did, that to the extent that everybody understands it. So I'm thinking of going live again tomorrow afternoon, maybe even earlier than this, to do some more alcohol, because alcohol is just so relaxing to do. See? Okay, there we go. That's what the tape is supposed to do. I got a couple little spots I can see. They can make it to where we can't leave the building. As a matter of fact, they said that the smokers, because we can't smoke in the building, the smokers can just go outside real quick, have a cigarette, and come back in. They don't want us to be in the hallways. It's HUD rules, is what I say. Okay, I'm having a fit with this, so you get the gist of what the tape does. I got a little place right there where I got to clean it up, and a little place right there, but it's not that hard. You take a clean brush and you just kind of go along it with the brush. Oh, well, they'll try, Elisa. They'll try. Evelyn, I am so glad that you appreciated this. I don't know everything about alcohol inks, and of course, the tape is giving me a fit on camera. So, I hope that everybody enjoyed it. If you did, smash the like button. And to all the people who haven't subscribed yet, I hope that you subscribe. Don't forget to click the little... Oh, there we go. See, that's how it's supposed to come off. Ha! Okay, and now at the corner. And for those of you who haven't subscribed yet, make sure you click the little bell for the notifications. And make sure you click the all. Well, we'll see. That's stage 3 if it comes to that. One thing I noticed with this tape is it feels a little sticky on the back. So, okay, I'm glad you enjoyed it. When you gonna buy some alcohol inks, Sally? I'm gonna get you into all kinds of different arts, aren't I? So I really appreciate everybody that came out to watch today, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And those of you who are watching the replay, today on Saturday, March 28th, I had to think for a minute, geez. Oh, duh, it's right there on the bottom of my computer. I will be going live sometime tomorrow again during the day if Tish is not going live. Well, no, Tish takes Sunday off, so I don't have to worry about overstepping her. But I'm going to do it a little bit earlier. Thank you very much, Mark. You too, you and your wife and your child. And I can imagine how rough it is over there in Germany right now, too. That's okay, that's okay. Okay, there we go. Now you can see that the tape does give you a little bit of an edge. And I got to fix up a couple little spots in the person. And I'm going to admit, this tree looks like a tree. So, I'm going to let everybody go. Thank y'all for coming out. Don't forget, in less than 2 hours, over on the Artist Haven, there's her name right there with a little wrench behind it. The one that's not so chatty. Thank you very much, Tish. Join us over there to watch Tish with her shenanigans, which is always fun to watch. So, I love the fluid arts right out of you guys, because I wasn't doing resin today, but I love the fluid arts right out of you guys. Y'all are awesome. Yeah, I love you guys. And this is keeping me sane during these crazy times too. Coming on here and just talking and chatting with everybody and doing art, even though it's not perfect. In my eyes, it's not perfect. I know everybody else will say it's okay. See you all at Tish's, and then tomorrow, maybe I'll go live tomorrow. I figure 2 p.m. 2 p.m. my time, which is 2 hours earlier than what this was. So, whatever. Oh, hi, Julie. Hi, Julia. I was just wrapping up, honey, but you can watch the replay. And I think tomorrow I'm either going to do alcohol ink circles, the bubbles, you know, where you put the glasses on it, or I just was watching somebody the other day, and I must have watched the video 10 times, on how she did these really pretty flowers. Not long petals like Saskia does, a little bit fuller petals. So I'll figure it out tonight, and I'll post the live tonight, the link for it. So you all have a nice day, enjoy your day, and all I can say is bye for now. Okay, gotta find my